it a little bit, can take the concepts and stuff that you hear tonight and in every training and start thinking about how to adapt it, go apply it to what's going on right now. So I gave everybody that kind of, disclaimer here at the beginning. And then the most important thing, guys, I want to give you guys as the official EXP Realty disclaimer is, again, you have to make sure that you are keeping up with what's going on in your state related to your real estate business operations. And so anything that we're teaching or training tonight, we're talking about process and concepts and how to do it. We're not encouraging you to do something that's outside the bounds of whatever you can do currently right now in your state, guys. So want to welcome everybody real quick. I do have a couple of slides just to kind of kick the class off, guys. Want to welcome everybody to Real Estate 101. You're not going to need these slides. This is just a quick introduction. My name's Curtis Dixon. I am officially staffed with the brokerage guys in our agent development department, which is why I'll be able to tell you about some of the things that are coming up here over the next couple of weeks at the end of class and during some Q&A, guys. Do want to remind you of what happens in these Real Estate 101 classes. If you haven't been here or you haven't been here in a while, is we do this every single Sunday, and we cover different topics, every Sunday. So the first Sunday of the month, we're going to do a mindset-related topic. Second Sunday, we're going to do a marketing-related topic. The last Sunday was our sales schedule topic, but Jenny was able to make it this week, so we're going to do a sales topic again this week. We're going to do the listing presentation topic. And then fourth Sunday, typically, we're doing an operational topic, guys. So you're in the right place if that's what you're here for. Quick housekeeping items, guys. I'd ask everybody, if you haven't been here before, to please make sure to take a look at the bottom left-hand corner of your EXP World window. You'll see a microphone. Yours should be red the entire time unless you're myself or Jenny up here kind of speaking until we get to Q&A, guys. So please keep your microphones muted. Also, you're going to see a chat box in the bottom left-hand corner. That is how you communicate directly with myself, with Jenny. Jenny's got a partner in here that's kind of keeping an eye on the chat. His name is Zach. He's awesome. He's already dropped some links in the chat, guys. So just use that chat box as much as possible for questions or comments. There won't be slides that you guys have to zoom in on tonight, so don't worry about those. I do want to welcome, though, just take a couple of minutes to welcome our different agent audiences, right? First off, if you're a new agent to the business and new to the brokerage, you're just getting an EXP and you're relatively new to the business, guys, I want to say you are the safest place you could be right now as a real estate professional. EXP was built for this, guys. We have been operating virtual for a decade, and the brokerage is not going to miss a beat in terms of operations. If you're still able to do business, we're still able to do business, and we're going to increase our training, increase our events, increase our masterminds, because we don't have to do anything different than what we've normally been doing, guys, to keep rolling business here in our industry, right? Also, if you're an experienced agent, I want to welcome you and say thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you, participating and collaborating, especially in the chat box. And I also want to say for our experienced agents, hopefully you're seeing that there are, if you haven't seen them yet, you're going to see in the next couple of weeks, there are a number of opportunities for you as an experienced agent to plug in a more substantial way, whether it be giving through Extend a Hand, attending Zoom meetings, showing up live in the world, guys. If you're an agent that's been through a downturn or been through a changing market or had some experience or is really adapting your business right now and you want to be able to share that information with other agents, guys, there are ways to plug in. Please keep an eye on Workplace and what's going on in World and just come plug in. We need you now more than ever. And for any of our leadership team, our state brokers, our staff that's here tonight, guys, as special guests, or if you're a licensed agent but not yet with EXP, we're glad you're here. We're still going to be training and working on developing each other as agents, and you are welcome to come in on your guest pass and keep hanging out, come to classes, guys. I imagine we're going to get to somewhere in the range of about 75 to 100 classes a week at our peak here in the next couple of weeks. So keep coming back, guys. I do want to get a quick feel for who's in the room, and this is the last exercise before I bring up the amazing Jenny Williams, guys, and kind of introduce her. But this is the last exercise, just to give us an idea of who's in here. We've got 200 agents in the room. I want everybody to get familiar with how the chat box works. So I'm going to ask you guys 3 questions. I'd like you all to type the answer to those questions in the chat box in one sentence, and then hit enter, okay? So first question, how much experience do you have in real estate? Type the answer to how much experience you have in real estate, followed by a comma. No enters yet. Hold on, guys. One sentence. A little easier. It'll keep it all in one line. Second question is, how long have you been with EXP Realty? We might have some guests. That's all right. And then last but not least, third question, and this one's a harder question. Have you started reaching out to your current database already? Have you been making calls and messages this week? Wow, 210 people in here. That's amazing. We've got agents of all experience levels. I see a lot of no's on that last question. We got to change those to yeses. That's the plan this week, okay? So that's the plan this week. And even if you don't have your database, then come in and get training this week. We'll get your database built, and we'll get you on the phones and sending some messages and reaching out to those people that are in need, right? And that's the secret answer right now, guys, for what's going on, is just reaching out and serving, right? And there is not a person that epitomizes service better to me than the amazing icon agent Jenny Williams, guys. She's a fantastic person, a fantastic agent, a great friend, and more importantly, just a great human. And she provides some of the highest levels of service I've ever heard of in our business, and has helped a lot of agents over the years do the same. So without further ado, I would love to welcome Mrs. Jenny Williams, and she's going to talk about how to win the listing and so much more. So get your pens and papers ready, guys. Jenny, come on up. Thank you so much.
Curtis, thank you. You're so awesome. And I just walked right past you. Welcome, everybody. So happy to be with you. What a crazy time we are in right now. So we're going to escape the craziness for just an hour and focus on getting better at what we do. Thank you, Cami. Love you, girl. And I will PayPal you a little bit later. I'll Venmo you some money, Curtis, for that awesome intro. So, welcome to the class tonight. We have 213 people here, and I know it's going to keep growing while we are talking about winning the listing every time by having a captivating listing presentation. And you've got time now, hopefully, to be able to... All right, somebody's jamming. If you'll please turn off your mics. Thank you. Okay, back to my outline. Those things are fun. If you'll just make sure that your mics are definitely muted. And you can type anything you want to over here in the chat box. And as always, if you've ever been to one of my classes, they are filled with meat and potatoes. I like you to leave here not only with a bunch of information that Zach will post links to for you to download, but also to-dos and action plans and understandings, and most of all, inspiration. I want you to be inspired, to be better, to connect with sellers better, and to be able to, have that confidence every time you go to meet with a seller. So if you cannot hear, then step out of the auditorium and come back in, and you should be able to hear. Does everybody else hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Okay, good. So for anyone that can't hear, if you'll pop out, and Zach has posted the outline for tonight a couple of times, and you'll be able to see it in the chat box. Also, he's going to be able to have these documents for us in the workplace group, Real Estate 101. He always takes care of us every time we have one of these classes so that you can get the information you need. So, thank you so much for that, Zach. All right, okay, so I'm Jenny Williams, and I'm so happy you're here, and thank you to all of our guests. For our EXP agents, wow, we are just so lucky to have a platform like this, and have been using a platform like this for 10 years. I'm just so grateful that I can join 233 people in one room while we are facing a crisis in our country right now and around the world. Very grateful to that. For that. So as we are talking about getting your listing presentation done, and let me just give you a little bit of background. This is my 23rd year in real estate, and for the past 11 years, I have been coaching and doing marketing for real estate agents. I just jumped back in sales full-time last January, and was able to hit our awesome Icon Award, my first year back in sales. And so I'm going to share with you how to put your listing presentation together, what it needs to look like, what you need to have ready, and the questions you need to ask. Then I'm going to bring two agents up that are master listers. They're way better at listing than I am. And one is Chad Beasley. And Chad owns his city, and he does about 80 transactions a year. He has 13 sales that are pending right now. He's going to share some great nuggets. And Tina Burt, who is from Fort Payne, she is a master lister. When she joined us just a few months ago, she had 29 listings in her inventory as a single agent. So we're going to get some great tips from them toward the end of tonight. So, all right, why do you need a listing presentation? You need it because I wrote a designation or a certification called the Certified Home Marketing Expert, and I interviewed hundreds of home sellers. And what I found out is that every home seller, the majority of them that I interviewed, expected a real estate agent to walk in with a presentation. Real estate agents, whenever you interview them, they'll say, no, I don't really have a presentation. I just go in with a conversation. So that doesn't mean that a seller's not going to hire you, but it does mean that a seller, you're going to lose a little bit of trust right up front whenever you show up without one. So even if it's a referral, even if it's your best friend, they still want you to have some sort of presentation. So, that's the reason why. And the presentation itself can be one page. You can use one page during the whole process. And that is the home selling process itself. And Zach is going to put that document in the chat box for you so that you'll have it. And you can actually let it be your guide, because if you simply sit down and go over what to expect and how everything works, then that is an excellent presentation, because you can use it as a guide and an outline, and you can mix stories in with it, and you can do a really good job by using that process by educating. He's going to have that up. There it is right there. And feel free to copy all of this. Whatever is mine is yours, and I'm happy to share it with you. Just put your own name on it and make it yours however you want to do it. Also, you can look at presentations. If you are an EXP agent, you can go to the Marketing Center in EXP Enterprise, and you can do a custom listing presentation there that takes less than 10 minutes to merge it with all of your contact info and your photo as well. So Zach has done that a couple of times and timed it, and it took less than 10 minutes to do it. So these are just tools that are available for you here that can make your life a lot easier. Before you even get the listing, and this part is not on your outline, before you even get, whenever that lead calls you to set the appointment, you can use a seller lead sheet, and this will help prompt you with all the questions you need to ask before you get there, because the more questions that you can ask from the seller before you get there, the better that you can adapt your presentation. And look, Zach just posted the buyer and seller lead sheets, but you can use the seller lead sheet, print those out, and keep them with you. This will help you ask all the right questions before you even get there, and adapt your presentation to the answers that they give you. All right, so you can really stand out by using a pre-listing presentation up front. A pre-listing presentation is all about you. This is where you want to talk about the millions that you've sold, the experience that you might have some testimonials in there, everything that you feel like they need to know as confidence for you to be chosen. Use it in a pre-listing presentation. And you can do that in a couple of different ways. Zach just posted some samples of pre-listing presentation, but let me give you a couple ideas because I always want you to have something that matches you and fun stuff and things to stand out and get you excited in your business, because when you're excited, you're going to make that seller excited. I don't care if you just got your license yesterday. You are going to walk in there like a freaking rock star and just own this with just a few tweaks to how you want to do your business. So you can think through how you want to deliver the pre-listing presentation. We've got a couple of different ideas here. You can use a gift, deliver with a pre-listing presentation. That could be anything. Does that qualify yourself as needy? I'm sorry, doesn't qualifying yourself come across as needy though? I'm sorry. I don't understand the question. Qualifying yourself? All right, I'm gonna keep going until I get some clarification on that. And feel free to ask questions during this. I always like it to be interactive. And there's a difference in needy and confidence and showing your value. So we want to make sure that you're not desperate for somebody's business. You're not going to chain yourself to somebody's fence in their front yard until they hire you. You're going to show them why you're the best choice. And so I hope that helps. You could do a package of swag, info, and tools. And Zach, have you posted a copy of what our pre-listing box is? We have a box that we use, and it's got swag in it. It's got a magic eraser in it. It's got all kinds of info in it. It's got some vanilla with Q-tips in it. It's got a personal brochure. So it's got all kinds of really good items that they love to dig through. Okay, so that is a different class talking about how to get to the presentation, but Chad and Tina are going to give us some tips on that. So I appreciate the question for sure. Let's see, what if you are new to the industry and have zero experience selling? Okay, this is a great question, y'all. Fantastic question. Then you're going to use, I always say, take 10 reasons. What are 10 reasons that I should hire you? And then bring it down. Say, okay, those top 5 things. It's going to be your personality traits, right? Maybe you're persistent, or maybe you're creative in marketing, or maybe your previous job taught you how to do X, Y, Z. Maybe you have a huge social following, and that's going to help somebody. Then you can talk about your company stats, and you can talk about maybe your mentor who is helping you if you're brand new. So all of these things, you can actually build a case for why you are the best choice. I can tell you, I don't know if Joshua Williams is in here, but man, his hunger is amazing, and he just got his license, but you're not going to stop that kid when it comes to hunger, and it's contagious, and the sellers love it. He is getting hired left and right, and he's brand new. He has he's been calling Zillow for sell by owner leads, and people love him because they can just feel how bad he wants to get out there and make a difference in the world. So I hope that gives you some insight. Yes, Canva is great for designing presentations also. So if you're very creative, Lauren Jones, who's one of my mentees, she created the most beautiful listing presentation in Canva. And I know Izzy's got some stuff that she created in Canva as well.